Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike. Today is going to be a get ready with me because it's the last Tuesday of the month. So then I always post a get ready with me with some products that were in my shop, my stash. So I can chat to you about those, but I also usually include a live update or I have a topic to talk to you about. And today I'm going to be doing just that. I will also be discussing a little bit of a topic, but I think it's a very short discussion because I just finished posting all of my makeup declutters, and if you watched any of those, then you may have noticed that I own quite a bit of older makeup that I still have, and I know that some people tend to chuck things quite quickly. I am not of that of that philosophy, so I wanted to address that here and give you some tips and tricks that I like to personally use to make sure that my makeup lasts a long time and that you don't have to throw it away after a year because it may have expired. So how to sort of cheat the system, you could say. So let's get started on this makeup look. Hair out of the face, and it's getting so long. It really needs to get a cut, but yeah, it's my hair is living its best life. And I'm going to be starting off with my primer, which is the Skin Lovin Sensitive primer from Essence. I think by now I have reviewed all of the products that I have from this line, and these are nice. However, I just finished using up the hydrating primer from Essence, which comes in a very similar tube, and I feel that they are essentially the same product, but this one is fragrance free. That to me seems to be the only difference. So yeah. And this is an okay primer. It's like that lotiony sort of situation that we've got going on here. Nice. Is it my all-time favorite primer? Nah, but it gets the job done. So I'm happily using this up as we speak. I think I've got a few more weeks left. I think I have about a third of the product left. For eyeshadow primer, one that I think is running out is the waterproof eyeshadow primer from Catrice. I now need to keep this upright so I can still use it because there was just not that much product coming out anymore. And now that I'm doing that, I'm just getting also quite a bit of oil. There used to be a little bit of a tint to this product, but I feel I'm no longer getting that. I don't know. This may just be on its last legs. Maybe it has separated, who knows? You never know. I can't look inside this tube, so I don't know what's going on with that one. So let's talk about makeup expiration dates and how you can get the most out of your makeup. Because I'm going to be using this foundation. This is currently in my shop, my stash. I need to shake this up. And this is the Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I have mine in 1.5, which I think is actually a hair too dark for me. Oh well. At the time when I bought this, I really wasn't that in tune with my shade matching. So I've been using this, trying to use it up before it truly expires. Because this comes in a pump, the expiration date on this is just okay because it sort of seals itself again after every single use. So you don't have to be too careful with that. And it still smells, feels okay. It hasn't given me any rashes. So when it comes to that part of makeup expiration dates, I know that a lot of people go by, I'm not sure if I have a product here that has it, but there's this little container on the back of products. And a lot of people think that's an expiration date. I've mentioned this in videos before. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not an expiration date. That is the longevity after opening that the manufacturer guarantees prime use of the product, meaning that if you get an issue within that time frame, you need to contact the brand and try and get your money back because then there's something wrong with the product. However, using it beyond that date, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's kind of at your own risk. So if you do then get some sort of skin rash from a foundation that has just expired, then that's on you. You can't blame the company. So it's more of a brands and manufacturers trying to cover themselves in case something goes wrong with a product. But much makeup, I have found, a lot of makeup, will just last a lot longer than what it says on the back. And the same actually goes for food as well. I actually saw a post on Facebook the other day where a farmer in the UK was telling people because you throw away your food too quickly because people believe that the date on the packaging means you can no longer use it. But that also, for instance, for food items, that is not always the case. So it's much better to use your senses to decide, is this still an okay product? And I tend to do that with makeup as well. So I just smell things, I look at things. If there's anything growing on there that shouldn't be there, if the texture changes or if the color changes, then definitely I will get rid of it. However, I have found that very often, if you keep your makeup, you take care of it, you look after it, your makeup will last years for sure. I have those older Urban Decay Vice palettes that I've shown in videos before as well. And those for me is still going strong. Even though those are, I don't know, like a decade old by now. Not entirely sure. So I'm going in with concealer now. This is the Skin Lovin Sensitive concealer. And this is a nice concealer. It's just, it comes in 3 shades. Why Essence? Why? I really don't get why they do that. Oh well. But yeah, it is a lovely concealer. It doesn't come with a whole lot of product though. It only comes with 3.5 milliliters of product. So that's not a whole lot. So I think I can use that up quite quickly. So yeah, as I was saying, I just tend to use my senses to decide, is this makeup still good to go? I don't just chuck it because there's a label that says that it's good for 12 months. Those labels don't mean anything. They just have to be there legally. And brands can then say, well, you're using it after, so don't come to us. So that's really the only reason why those things are there. So how do I then make sure that, for instance, those old Urban Decay palettes, and also, for instance, this foundation, that it's good years after I bought it? And I think that what a lot of people don't realize is that how you store your makeup and how you treat it will also affect how long it will keep for. So trying to go in with clean brushes, clean hands whenever you go into it, that's step 1. So making sure your brushes are cleansed regularly. I really don't do it every single week either. But, you know, just make sure you always handle your makeup with clean hands, and doing all that is, of course, important. Oh, powder is Charlotte Tilbury. Yes, I've hit pan. This also goes for how you store your makeup. So you will have seen my makeup organization as well by now. And you will have seen that I keep my makeup in a chest of drawers, and I do that deliberately. I do the same thing for perfume, by the way. I keep perfume in a drawer. I don't care how pretty the packaging is, but leaving makeup and also perfume exposed to light and air is going to make it expire more quickly. So keep your makeup, but also your perfume, in a dry, dark place, away from sunlight. That's what you need to do. Of course, if you live in a very humid climate, that can mean that your makeup will expire more quickly because of there just being a lot more moisture in the air. That is something you need to take into consideration. The climate I live in is quite okay for keeping makeup a long time. But yeah, you need to sort of control how much exposure your products get to light and air. I definitely find that with my ColourPop Super Shocks. It's actually the ones that I use the most that seem to be expiring the quickest. The ones that are just sitting in the drawer for most of the time with their lids shut very carefully, those still feel creamier than the ones that I've been using on the regular, because every single time you open up the product, it's going to be exposed to light and air. And of course, some products will expire a lot more quickly than others. Creams and liquids will expire a lot more quickly than a powder. So that is definitely something that you also need to bear in mind. Oh, bronzer is Fenty Beauty Indasun. So just use your brain, go through things from time to time, swatch things. If things smell differently, look differently, don't go on the way that you remember them going on, then it's time to chuck them. I had this with a Dior foundation that I used to love. They no longer do it. It was something like also like nude skin, whatever. Like, it was a really good foundation, and it was one of the palest ones I had. So I could only use it like a few weeks in the year where I felt I was super pale. But after a couple of years, it just really started to pull into lines whenever I wore it. And I was like, I don't remember this foundation doing that at all. And then, you know, I just knew that it was time to chuck that one in the bin. Because then you can just tell that it's no longer performing the same way, and then you know it's got to go. However, for instance, a lot of people have been reporting that their Modern Renaissance has started to change textures over time, but mine is still fine, and I've had mine since 2017 and it's still doing okay. But yeah, I think that, you know, however pretty some makeup might be, or your perfume bottles, and how you might want to like display them and, you know, put them on a shelf because it all looks pretty together, I think you have to be very careful with that, because I feel that that's when makeup really starts to turn a lot more quickly than when you just keep it in a drawer, away from sunlight, away from a window, because that will just really affect the longevity of your makeup, plus damp. So I'm not sure, you know, some people like doing their makeup in the bathroom, which is fine, but keep your makeup in a different spot in your house and then take it to the bathroom to do your makeup there. That's much better for the products than having them sit in a damn bathroom all the time. This is one of the reasons also why a lot of the skincare that I have is unopened, even though, you know, I tend to use up a bottle before I move on to the next thing, because I'm afraid that if I have 2 or 3 bottles of moisturizer open, that because it sits in my bathroom, it's just going to expire really quickly. And if I just keep it in the packaging the way I bought it until I start using it, I know the product is going to be okay. I've never had anything expire on me as it is sitting on a shelf waiting to be used, if you know what I mean. For highlighter, Kaleidos Diamond Dasher. And I want to quickly run something by you because I have this idea. I have 6 of these Kaleidos highlighters, and this one is currently in my Shop My Stash, and I also already reviewed it over on my blog, so if you want to see some close-up pictures, you can. But I'm thinking of, in the next few months, potentially doing a video where I put all 6 of them on my face. Would you like to see that? Let me know in a comment down below if you like that idea. So it would be, you know, I've got 2 cheeks, so I could do 3 on one side and 3 on the other, and sort of like film a video sitting here and sort of showing you what they look like on. Because I feel that whenever I take pictures of highlighters on my face for reviews, you don't really see what they do, but when I sit here and film, you do. So I thought maybe we could like do a little like face swatch fest for those 6 Kaleidos highlighters. Would you like to see that? But yeah, this is what Diamond Dasher looks like. I think it's really pretty. This is the most neutral one of the ones that I bought. And this is a bit of a glitter bomb, I have to say. Like this is the one with the most noticeable sparkle, but I just really like it. Nobody has come up to me in real life and said, hey, looks like you're wearing glitter on your face or anything like that. And it's got this like pinky peachy kind of vibe to it. I really like this one. And then last but not least, Flower Beauty Flower Pot Blush in Spiced Petal. And this is a blush that I decluttered because I said I'm going to put it in a Shop My Stash, use it, and then I'm going to declutter it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with this product after this month is over. I just feel I have shades like this in so many other textures, and it was lovely to be able to try the brand. It's just that I have so many other blushes in this shade that I feel are more perfect for me, because I feel this is just a touch too warm toned for what I really like to go for. And I just have so many of these blushes that I just get to be super picky. And even though I really love the formula of this, and I think this is a stellar blush, I am going to be decluttering it once this month is gone, for sure. For brows, we have a Catrice combo. Their Waxy Brow Pen in Blonde Brown, and the Volume and Lift Brow Mascara also in like blonde. This is Blonde Brown. These shade names. But yeah, I definitely need to go for a little brow spruce up soon because my brows are a little out of whack, but you'll see when we get to the close-ups for the eye look in a minute that my brows are like, they're definitely like almost at their fullest right now. And yeah, then you can see what happens if I don't get my brows threaded. But it's also like for weeks nothing seems to be growing, and then all of a sudden it's like from one day to the next brow hairs, and I'm like it's because I'm blonde actually. So I have all these like blonde hairs growing underneath my brows if I, again, don't get them threaded. So I've got a lot of like baby blonde hairs that with tweezers I can never catch. And then all of a sudden, from one day to the next, they turn like dark brown and they become coarse. And they're already like fully grown hairs. So there's like no in between for me. So brow gel. All right. So that's all that I've been doing really. So I'm going to be double priming my lids with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly and my Calvin Klein eyeshadow, which again has a tremendous amount of pan, and this packaging is horribly broken. And also that paint pot, we're making good progress on that. So yeah, just that was what I wanted to discuss when it comes to like making your makeup last. But I also wanted to just give you a quick update on my life. I have just like, as I'm filming this, it's my last day of a week-long vacation that I took. I took some time off, and that was lovely. We have been sort of getting into the situation where our lockdown is lifting, so I was able to hang out with friends. I had food with them outside. I went shopping with my mom. I went to see my best friend. I went shopping in Amsterdam. It felt like an old-fashioned vacation for me, so I was super happy. So I definitely got some socializing in, and that was lovely. And yeah, life has just been good. The gyms are opening back up, so I've been able to do some more working out again. So as you're seeing this, I have another workout planned for later this evening, so I'm super happy with that. So let's hope that we're going to keep this train rolling here in the Netherlands, and that there's not going to be another lockdown soon, and that we can go sort of back to a normal pace of life. And I'm going to be vaccinated very soon too, because I am at risk. I have asthma, so we are sort of prioritized in the vaccination process. So I have an appointment for June 1st. So next week I will get my first shot. So can't wait to try that. And I thought that for the eye look, we could have a play with a new to me eyeshadow palette, which is the Blueberry Muffin from BH. I'm finally putting this to my face, you guys. And I think what I'm gonna try and do, but I don't think it has enough blues for that. I was gonna try and recreate the blue look I wore a couple of weeks ago in one of my videos, but the blues in here are just a lot brighter than the ones I used at the time. Those were a lot deeper and gray toned. So I think I'll just go for a blue look, and then we'll just see. I'll talk you through what I actually did once this is on my face. So let me zoom you in. Alright, so that is the blue look done. So what did I actually do? I finished off the look, let's start there, with the Catrice multi-talent setting spray. I'm currently just trying to use this up. I've gone through several of these and I finally reviewed this, so because it's one of my favorite setting sprays. And then for mascara, the Clean ID mascara from Catrice, which is new in their, was it limited edition? Not sure if this one was limited edition, but they now do one for sensitive eyes. This is a really nice volumizing mascara. I do have to say though that it dries down like super quickly in the tube, so I feel that I already need to roll in a new mascara within like the next week or so. So when I do my Shop My Stash, I'm going to be replacing this because it is already getting quite thick and gloopy. And this is running out, the Catrice Glamendol Waterproof. So that's my usual combo. And then from the Blueberry Muffin, what did I actually end up doing? I always find it easier to do it this way. So I use this Periwinkle shade in the crease, and then I also use it towards the end to sort of blend this edge together a little bit to smoke it out a bit more. So that's Cheat Day. And then I blended out that shade with Delish, which is this really light sky blue. That's why the crease looks a lot more blue tone, because that's sort of like what I've used to blend out that shade into the brow. And as you could have probably tell from the close-up, it is now literally like there's eyeshadow in my eyebrow because my brows grow down that far down that if they're not threaded or done in a while, then I get brow hairs that grow all the way down to my crease. So then I end up having to do it like this. I just kind of roll with it, you could say. Then I deepened out the outer V with Stud Muffin, and I used Tempting all over the lid for a bit of shimmer. I used So Good on the lower lash line, and I deepened up the lower lash line with Stud Muffin as well. And then I used Sugared in the inner corner, and then you get this. So this isn't as smoky as the other one that I did, but that one was with another palette. That was the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse, and that was this really smoky, like gray tone, navy smoky eye, which I loved. And I also didn't do it like this. Like I used some other techniques, you could say, but I thought that this would work quite well. And I really like that shimmer that I've got all over the lid. It's very dimensional. I really like that. For lips, I'm just going to be using the Tower 28 lip gloss in the shade Coconut. It's all I've worn all month pretty much. So I haven't used many other lip products. And the reason why I haven't used that many other lip products is just this goes with anything. And I've been wearing quite some intense looks with some purples and some blues, and I had some palettes that I really wanted to use, and this was just that go-to lipstick shade that just went with every look I did, and it just works really well. It's a really pretty gloss too. It's very comfortable on the lips, and it just works really well. So let me undo these hair clips. So that we get the full shebang, you could say. So yeah, that's the finished look. That is a makeup look that I did with some stuff that's currently in my Shop My Stash. We had a little bit of a chat about how to make your makeup last a little bit longer so that you don't have to chuck it that quickly. And yeah, you got a bit of an update about what I've been up to. So I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make 3 new videos a week, so hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!